you're going to be doing this. Go back to Facebook. Where's Facebook, please? And push it out, the blue button on the bottom, please. Minimize, minimize, minimize. Go to the music.
All right, welcome to Slick Speaks, everybody. And I don't really like the echo, so can we lower that down a little bit? But welcome to Slick Speaks, guys. This is your host, Gene, and I am going to be bringing you topics that really raise my eyebrow. And it should raise your eyebrow as well because it's kind of like the topic of discussion with reopening America. And before I delve into this, I would like to say that this segment is brought to you by Nostalgic America. And being that, what is it? Being that you can see that I'm in a whole new environment because I'm back in the studio. I thought it was gonna be very warm coming in, but I just got attacked repeatedly by Freddie because he noticed that I wasn't watching the show for 3 days. By mistake, I was overstacking my calendar with a lot of stuff. So being busy and meditating throughout these 3 days and meeting up with people, not the dangerous way, but the safe way, I kind of lost track of the Brooklyn Cafe for 3 days, and he relentlessly didn't give me a chance to even explain myself. But it's glad to be back home with my extended family, and I would like to say that this whole reopening factor of Florida and people actually thinking that this is a good idea. People I'm saying is like people that I'm referring to is DeSantis and associates. I can't say what is it. I can't say like I'm a big fan of reopening, but even though our numbers are really low in Florida, and I know that we are like over that curb of being low in Florida, I would like to say like we're still not over the hump. So reopening can be a good factor for businesses because people are gonna get back to work. But what about if that second wave comes? When that second wave comes, are we going to be really prepared with a vaccine? We don't even have a vaccine right now. But these are just the random, well, not the random questions, but like basically what I go through on a daily basis, trying to stay focused on myself. But for some reason, I get hit with news like we're reopening Florida. Well, on his like addressment speech of reopening Florida, he kind of left out the three major counties. I feel like the major counties in Florida will be West Palm, Broward, and Miami-Dade. Not saying no disrespect to any other county that is in Florida that's like being either Orlando or the Panhandle with Pensacola and Tallahassee, but I feel like these southeastern counties are the biggest, most dense, and I feel like we kind of got left out in this whole arrangement because he excluded us. But asking this question today to Don, I learned that there are parks opening up in Broward, or no, not in Broward, in the region of Palm Beach, Broward, that are going to be serving food, not just for the public to have fun. So it's not like we're losing like majority of all of our amenities because we're opening up slowly but surely, but it's opening up a good idea. I don't even think it's a good idea because right now we're on a very high alert pandemic. I don't know if anybody would like to research that word, but we're on a frantic line of like being, are we gonna go left or right on this whole issue? Being that we see that we do have green lights when it comes to the cases, the death toll, the people being diagnosed. Like even though those lines are still showing green, we still should be cautious. And being that I feel like I'm a voluntary spokesperson for Broward County. Slick is the voluntary spokesperson for Broward County, and I would like to say that we really didn't reach the finish line yet, guys. There's no need to raise up our hands and say, yes, we finally got through this race, and we only got through this race. Not either crying about it or whining about it, but figuring out figuring out a way to get ourselves across that finish line by either saying that we don't need handouts. There's a lot of people saying that we don't need government assistance. Not saying that people should be on government assistance. It's just like being that we should be quarantined to extent or distant to extent. We should think about our health more than saying the government and us should be thinking about our health than instead of just saying we should reopen because we see the numbers are good. We didn't even reach that fine line of being middle ground. But I just don't want to really go into this topic, being that like we should just revise this because we should just revise this and put our heads together because that's the only reason I'm wearing a hat right now. We need to reopen our barbershops. Not for just like the whole fact of I'm being selfish and you're only caring about like materialistic things that really don't matter at this time, Slick. But if we put our heads together, the salons will open up. We'll actually get back to this new normal that we actually want to be in. I know everything's going to be spread apart more, but being that I can't even go and see my barber, and I'm very picky with my barbers, and there's a lot of barbers out there that are doing like private cuts. I don't want to take that chance or that risk to say, yes, I'm going to take a private cut. So I will let my hair hang until we are actually copacetic green. And hopefully, no, I don't know. No. Trust me, under my cap, I'm unrecognizable. And I tried to cut my hair, like, I don't know, you guys can't see it, but I tried to cut my hair, and basically I ended up shaving one side, and the other side did not work out. And these are clippers that I ordered. So the fact that I can't even cut my hair, I can only trust somebody else to cut my hair. Guys, let's put our heads together and get these barbershops open. Not just for the simple fact of being selfish on materialistic beauty things or like how to trim up things. Just do it for me, guys. Because I really need a cut, and I don't like showing my head a lot now for some odd reason. It's kind of like I'm in this weird caveman type of feel, being that I am growing my hair out a lot. And one question that really looms, I don't know, nobody actually pointed it out yet, but being that we are entering May and we are hearing the fact of like bars being open and people are getting back to work and Florida's reopening, or majority of Florida's reopening Monday because they claim that they canceled out 3 counties, but parts of those counties are opening up for a certain extent. But being that majority of most of America is going to be opening up either by Monday. Are they just opening up for Cinco de Mayo? Is people waiting for like is people wanting to celebrate during like a scary time of 2020? 2020 literally has been the year of people making resolutions and not actually going through these resolutions because of a pandemic. We finally have an excuse on why we can't do our resolution. I mean, we could still work out and like, train, eat better, eat right, but like 2020 really halted everything that we had planned for ourselves. So, being that we are opening up, is it because of Cinco de Mayo? Do we want to be outside in a club, and usually a club atmosphere is always hot, even though the AC system is probably at 65. You're gonna have a mask on. Usually people don't want to stand 6 feet. Some people may take that chance. Let them take that chance. I do not want to be by those people that want to risk it all just to have some fun, because we're gonna get over this hump. There's no need to like over like I don't know the word, just overkill the whole fact of like we're trying to get better by actually saying I don't need a mask. And there's people like that walk into my store with no mask, and they're expecting to come in, and they're surprised that they're getting stopped by security. In Home Depot, you have to have a mask, okay? This is no joke. This is not I'm the Incredible Hulk. I never get sick. I don't believe in this because this is the flu. We are in a general norm that like the whole fact that this whole COVID has been everywhere. This COVID has been everywhere. It's been a topic of discussion that a lot of people hasn't picked up other stories, as in they spotted a UFO and Congress wanted to make it like the topic of discussion besides COVID, and nobody's paying attention to it. This is a real serious thing. This is not the flu. So if you are thinking that Cinco de Mayo is still on because we're opening up, and you might want to take a road trip to either Central Florida or the Panhandle to get blitz for Cinco de Mayo, I don't think you should take that risk. And if you will want to take that risk, please stay on like the West Coast, like the Gulf side of Florida, saying that I would say Naples, the whole nine, just stay over there, because I wouldn't want to contract what you felt like you needed. I understand there's a time to party and there's a time to be cautious, guys. And in this day and age, we should be cautious. And I already gave you a hint on the last show that I did with your CBD stores, ASA. Like, there's ways to cope through this, and you can cope through this through your CBD store, meditation, learning something new, actually getting through that resolution that you made probably years ago to get fit, bring up a new diet, until we can actually get that green light in that research. Even though that Florida's research is amazing, because we are flatlining with deaths, cases, and everything known to everything is honestly green on the Florida end, but we haven't reached that halfway marker to say that it is safe to go outside without a mask, to feel that no, I mean, it is kind of right now safe to go outside without a mask if nobody was there, but it's safe to go outside to actually live your life the way you lived it when it was around early January. This new normal isn't this new normal isn't it's not the, I just can't put my tongue on it. This new normal shouldn't stay this pandemic new normal. And I feel like the fact that we keep coming back at it and saying that we need to be out, we're making this normal that we're in right now the new normal. So basically, we're going to be talking through cameras, talking through phones, which I do majority of the time with FaceTime, talking through phones, talking through Zoom. And basically, I think Zoom is kind of like Skype, but we can use Skype too, Skype, Uvu, basically any video chat that you want to. Do we want to live like that? Do we want to just smell electronics, MacBooks, Windows, all that? Do we want to smell electronics and not be near family members, people that you call family, and basically a whole groovy festival vibe? Like, the fact that they canceled on festivals kind of killed me. Because I can't really go to the actual festival and actually get into a mosh pit. Not saying that I like mosh pits, but it is like high energy, and if you don't have shoulder pads, I don't think you can last in a mosh pit. But the fact that they closed down sports as well, closed down festivals, closed down literally everything, we should have learned that we need to stay positive and be cautious towards each other. Wash your hands, put on face masks. I understand that, it may be tiresome because it usually is tiresome to me to do that, to actually find where I put my mask or find where I put my sanitizer and make sure that I did wash my hands. Okay? You're not just the only one, and I would like to say we have to, we have to be cautious. We have to be more it can't be cautious. It has to be, we have to be more observant to our surroundings, and make sure that we are making the right moves, because if we're not making the right moves, we're just gonna end up literally where we are right now, where we're talking through phones, where we're gonna get back to square one. Even though that we are showing green in Florida, DeSantis, I know you wanted to make a call, but I feel like we have to actually flatten the curve to like actually 50%. And I don't know what 50% is, because they're just throwing numbers at me through these articles. So until we reach that safe level, that safe zone, you don't want to jump into a pool with high chlorine. Once you reach that safe zone, you'll be okay. And we're not at that safe zone yet. I just feel like we're trying to open up to actually have the people out for Cinco de Mayo. That's what my assumption is. That's my hypothesis, and I'm standing by it, because like the weird announcements that you were doing preemptively before April ended, I felt like you wanted like Florida to be back in business, just like Georgia is back in business. We still haven't get the numbers from Georgia, but I'm mostly focused on Florida. And I would like to know if you guys would want to take that risk and put your lives on the line and say, yeah, because it's reopening, I shouldn't do that extra step. I feel like because it is reopening, we should take that extra step twice. And when it does open in these 3 counties, I feel like Broward, especially Broward, because we tend to go left when they say right, we should take that extra step and say, yeah, we shouldn't be out with a lot of cars in a block party, because we feel like we need to, we need to be out. We need to actually pay attention to our, not saying listen to everything that your official says, but look at the environment around you. Like, if you see the cases, if you see what's happening, be cautious, guys. And once again, this is Slick Speaks, and you can catch me here every Tuesday and Thursday, 10:30, where I'm going to be talking about all the eye-raising topics from this pandemic, because this is the topic of discussion. And once again, this is brought to you by Nostalgic America. And if you're looking for more CBD, anything that has to do with CBD, you can talk to your CBD. No, you don't have to talk to your CBD store, because I'm bringing him on again. So there's going to be another segment of me and Asa talking about, I kill his name. Me and Asa, I am so sorry, Asa, for crucifying your name again. Me and Asa is going to do another segment with your CBD, and he's going to be bringing up some new stuff that I didn't talk about, that I was pretty much running through because something wasn't allowing me to be great on Tuesday. And for all my folks, please have a rum and pineapple. And this has been Slick Speaks. Have a great rest of your day.